Well, that was a very pleasant surprise. Hello and welcome to FTTR, I'm Hugh McQuaid, and today we are talking about WrestleMania Backlash 2022, the rerun of a lot of matches from WrestleMania and the backlash of them. Yes, it's in the name, but in this review I'm going to run down the card, tell you my thoughts on every match, every angle, everything that happened on the show, and let you know my general thoughts on WrestleMania Backlash, the way a review works. So shall we get straight into it, starting with the opening match, which was Seth freaking Rollins versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. This was great. I feel like Cody at the moment, he's doing things that are so different from typical WWE. He's having like long, almost AEW-liked matches. Like his match with WrestleMania, I really felt like could have been on a Dynamite or could have been on an All Out, for example. And they did it again here. I think they're crafting a really well-told story. I think the surprise element of the first match worked really well as a starting point, and then the familiarity of Seth being able to prepare, and he's blocking the moves, he's ducking, he's countering Cody, I think told a really interesting story. There were some really cool spots in here, a lot of crossroads, change your finisher Cody because it don't put anyone away. So we got a lot of crossroads. We got a really, really sensational near fall in which Seth hit the superplex, went for the Falcon Arrow combo, and Cody reversed into the crossroads. 1, 2, Seth's foot falls on the ropes perfectly. It was almost like the Young Bucks revival match. No, revival? Oh my god, FTR match. Sorry. Yes, that spot. That was really great. And then the finish came in which Seth rolled up Cody. He pulled the tights. He wants this win so bad. Cody rolls him through, pulls the tights of his own, and gets the 3. The finish, I was a bit iffy on. I feel like Cody could have just won clean and accomplished the same thing. Maybe won with a pedigree or one of Seth's moves. In that way, he didn't have to sort of cheat to win. But I feel like this is building. We are definitely building to Seth and Cody inside Hell in a Cell as it's the next pay-per-view, I think. Also, I've got to say, I've seen bits of Raw. This is recorded on Tuesday, so I've seen some of the fallout from Backlash, so I know some of the things that happen. So yes, I feel like this is definitely leading to something inside Hell in a Cell, which I think would be great. I think Cody versus Seth inside Hell in a Cell, that 3-match program, I for one, I'm not tired of it personally, but I can see why people would be. But overall, I thought this was an absolutely stonking match. Really, really great stuff and a great way to open the show. Then we got a video package that they keep playing for Bobby Lashley. It appears on every show and it's really long. Okay, I saw Keith Lee in there. That was fun. And then we got Bobby Lashley versus Omos. So I will say straight up, right? I liked 2/3 of this show. Borderline loved 2/3 of this show. The other 2/3, considering there are 6 matches on the card, you could probably guess what they are. Omos versus Bobby Lashley, I don't care for in the slightest. If anything, I'm going to go on a bit of a rant now because I don't understand how you can look at Bobby Lashley and Omos and see Ricochet over there with the Intercontinental Championship and not put Ricochet on. He's so much more dynamic. He's got flashy offense. Instead, we're watching Omos just lumber around because he's not good, and it's painful to watch. And this seems like it's going to continue because Omos won. Oh my god, this was dreadful. This was so bad, and yeah, it just angers me infinitely that Ricochet, Austin Theory, they're not being showcased, and instead we're getting Bobby Lashley versus Omos when there's so many other people who could have had that spot. It just makes me angry because it's Ricochet. Put Ricochet versus Shinsuke Nakamura on the card, or I don't know, Theory versus Balor. I know we've seen it a bit, but that'd be fun. Theory versus Ali. there's a lot of other things that could be filling this time rather than watching these two men just plod around the ring. It got me angry, and I wasn't in the mood for it. I really wasn't in the mood for a Moss versus Bobby Lashley. So yes, terrible match in my opinion. That's it. Just terrible match. Terrible match. Shall we move on? Let's move on to Edge versus AJ Styles. I thought it was interesting how it was sort of the Raw matches at the beginning, then the SmackDown match at the end. You may as well just have split pay-per-views. Would you not? Guess they're probably not making money, but would have made more sense. Okay, whatever. Edge versus AJ Styles. This was really good. I thought this was better than their match at WrestleMania. It felt like it actually had more of a cohesive story to it, and some of the offense was a bit more flashy and to my taste. I think it was a bit more fast-paced, and there was a lot of good character work. I like him working over AJ's shoulder, referencing the history of that in the Royal Rumble match from 2020, I want to say. So I thought all that stuff was good. My main issue with this match is the finish, because I think the finish is really dumb. Well, it's dumb in one way, it's not dumb in the other way. So I like the idea of, here we go, Rhea Ripley joining, Rhea Ripley costing AJ Styles. I think that's great. I think that's really good stuff. The bad bit is the overbooking of this by having Damian Priest come down the ramp, or the aisle as they called it, mark out, hey, I'm not at ringside, and then get jumped by Balor. Because when Balor jumps him, Priest is then at ringside. They're brawling around the ring. So surely that's a disqualification. This is a disqualification and AJ should have won, because Priest is at ringside. But no, nothing happened there. I feel like you could have just cut that entire bit out of Damian Priest coming down entirely in its complete entirety, and just have AJ go to the top. Maybe Edge distracts the ref, and Rhea Ripley does the exact same thing, pulls him off the rope. I don't understand why you needed Finn and Priest there. I thought it was weird. But the image, the visual of Rhea Ripley next to Edge, I think they look great together. I think Judgment Day is a really cool faction. Something, it's a breath of fresh air, even though the phrase Mountain of Omnipotence needs to just die. I can't count how many times they said that during this match on commentary. Oh my god, that was bad. But yes, fun match with a strange ending that could become a positive. So yeah, I enjoyed that bit overall. I thought it was really good. Then we got match of the night for me, Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. Now, I absolutely, unabashedly love Ronda Rousey. Her run from WrestleMania to WrestleMania, yeah, I think it was that, technically Royal Rumble, is one of my favourite runs ever. I love Ronda Rousey. I love the way she works. I love the way she can ragdoll herself and sell. I even like the really weird, goofy trash talking that she does. I think it's really endearing. So this match for me was everything that WrestleMania match should have been. It had fire, it had the aggression, it had the trash talking. It was a really, really fun match, and genuinely one of my favourites of the year. I'll probably go back and rewatch this because I really liked a lot of the spots. I liked the finish, I liked the armbar in the chair. I really enjoyed the duel on top of the ramp with the kendo sticks. That got me fired up. I really just liked Ronda's trash talking and goofy trash talking. There was a sick powerbomb into the guardrail, which looked terrifying. Looked like Ronda nearly split her head on it. But yeah, finish came when Ronda doesn't quit in the figure eight. She does not say I quit. And then Charlotte talks a little bit too much trash. Ronda gets her arm, puts it in the chair, and she says, ask her if she's going to quit. Charlotte says, no, I will not quit. And Ronda says, I thought this was cool, okay? I've seen people saying it's really goofy and dumb. I really liked it. She says, I was hoping you'd say that, bitch, and then ramps the arm even more. Charlotte says, I quit. Fantastic finish. I might be in the minority of saying I fucking love this match. I thought it was great. Absolutely great stuff here. Props to both of them, because, yeah, really, really fun match. Really great. Then the show came to a grinding halt. This was like fucking Hulk stopping the Chitauri thing in Avengers 1. Just punching it. Got so much momentum coming off that match. And then we got Baron Corbin versus Madcap Moss. Again, makes me angry because Ricochet could have been in this spot. Have Ricochet versus Moss. Just anything with Ricochet. It makes me so sad. This match was piss boring, and yeah, Madcap won with like a sunset flippy thing. I don't care in the slightest, so let's just move on to the main event, in which RK-Bro and Drew McIntyre took on the Bloodline of Roman Reigns and the Usos. This, I was hoping this would be a bit of a breather. Not a breather. I thought it'd be a bit more fast paced. I thought it'd be flash by, but no, it was sort of like it was a template. The first bit was like a Roman match where he just works over someone for what feels like a long time. It's my only issue with this match. I feel like Roman I get methodical to an extent, but it's just sort of a bit boring. But his working over, him and the Usos working over, I believe it was Riddle, building to this nuclear Randy Orton hot tag. I can't believe how over Randy Orton is. It's mental, absolutely mental. But yeah, he gets a brilliant hot tag where he just runs wild. He hits a sick RKO on Roman Reigns. Hits a sick RKO on one of the Usos. I can't remember which one it was, but he hit a great RKO. And then it all sort of spills to the outside. Drew gets a rock bottom through a table from Roman. And then, to be fair, I really like the finish of Riddle. He got up there really quick, hit a top rope RKO on one of the Usos, turns around, Roman's made a blind tag into the spear for the win. I feel like it could have gone maybe a few more minutes, but I thought it was a strong finish, just whether the Bloodline needed to win, because they won. I feel like you should be building Drew, but I'll take a fun match. I will take a fun match. So yes, overall, I thought this was a really good show, because if I do my maths, 2/3 of the show were great. I really enjoyed those sort of two-thirds. The other two matches, just swap them out for something else. There's so much better stuff going on in WWE that you don't need those two matches on the card. Like I said, you've got an Austin Theory, you've got a Ricochet, you've got an Ali, you've got a Miz. I'd even take a Miz over Omos versus Bobby Lashley. Not great stuff, really, those two. But I think this will go down as one of the more solid shows of the year, because the matches that were good were great. Seth, Cody, Ronda, Charlotte, and the Bloodline, RK-Bro, McIntyre stuff was great. Really like that stuff. So overall, I would give this 3 stars. 3 out of 5. Me, solid 3 out of 5. Maybe I'm being a bit harsh, but 3 out of 5. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts on the show down in the comments below, and I'll try and reply to every single one of you. Thank you all ever so much for your support, and have a nice day.